more can I say?
Top Billin.
All right, gang. We've already established that your man James Bradberry is trash dookie. Listen, as a matter of fact, I'm going to downgrade him to doo-doo butter. He's officially doo-doo butter, and I don't need to see him in a Philadelphia Eagles uniform anymore. Right? This should be the last play of him. I hate to relive this moment right here because it hurts, right? It hurts so bad. But now that I get the chance to see the All-22, I can see a poor play call because you're guarding for a touchdown. You do not want to get beat over the top. So as always, you should have help over the top. You don't want to roll your safety, right? You're rolling Reed Blankenship to the post. You're closing off the middle of the field when you should be working a two-deep shell. A two-deep shell, if you want to go man under to take away the quick stuff, cool. Two deep, man under, maybe funnel everything to the inside with outside leverage, but you do not roll to the middle of the field and try to close the middle of the field off when an outside throw beats you. What are we doing here? You get a drop in from Sidney Brown, a roll to the post by Reed Blankenship. You get Bradberry in off-man coverage, same deal with Eli Ricks here, off-man coverage, and then you have sin, man. Then you get shallow zone right here to take away the middle of the field. You can see where you can be beat at right here, and that's exactly where you were beat. Right here. Drew Lock doesn't even have to freeze the safety, and you get a Jakob from way downtown. Bang. Look at this right here. How did this happen? Oh, over the shoulder. He's going to have to get the King Griffey joint, man. We can't even give him the Shane Victorino because it's a Seattle player doing it. Over the shoulder, King Griffey joint. And then what happens right here? Why is Bradberry falling? The fuck out of here. Why is he falling? Doesn't even block a tie out. He was done. Absolutely done. That's the last time you should see this man right here tripping for no damn reason. Look, he didn't even run into his feet right here. Look, he's starting to go down right now. You know why? Because the ball went over his head, so his calf muscles would tweak. That rolled up into his hamstring, which rolled up into his ass, which rolled up into his spine. He was a paraplegic. Bang, right there, he lost control of his entire motor system. That should be this final moment right there. You know why? Because I think we've seen enough of the young bulls, right? The young bulls out there, I'm talking about my man Eli Ricks. I'm talking about your man Kelee Ringo out there, and maybe even a Josh Jobe. Those guys can rotate in at James Bradberry's spot, especially if Darius Slay is healthy. Maybe having both of those guys out there is a scary proposition, but so is James Bradberry. So at this particular point in time, shit, it's whatever, right? Right? If you want to take somebody from the inside, maybe try them on anything but James Bradberry. Doodle butter. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't start right here with Kelee Ringo. So, listen, there's a huge backstory to this. I have to be upfront about it. Not a huge believer in Kelee Ringo's skill set at this particular point in time in his career. I covered every single snap of this dude's at the University of Georgia, being as though Georgia was the primary cover of my college football career for the past 7 years, right? So, there's not a game that Kelee Ringo played that I did not cover. And with that being said, he has a huge following because of a lot of things, right? Obviously, he's a freak athlete. There's no doubt about that. He's got body beautiful, right? Pause, right? That's a scouting term. Body beautiful, speed galore, all of that, right? But that didn't matter, right? Diving into the film like I did, since he played at the University of Georgia, I said that the guy was vastly overhyped. He struggles to transition with receivers, right? Inside transitions, murder, right? He struggles with it, right? And he struggles to work vertically. A lot of the stuff that people would laud him for and think that he will be good at, he struggles with. So keep it in mind, right? But I'm willing to see this through right here because we have no choice. This man was drafted to my favorite team, and I could not believe it. I was like, this has to be some type of karma right here. So we shall see on Kelee Ringo right here, but he had a good play right here, pretty much filling the alley because you got this, right? Look at that. good stick right there, right? He didn't actually make the tackle, right? But he was able to stick him and hold up for the cavalry there. But essentially, with these reduced splits right here, and him having inside, it's almost like running that alley depth right here. He's unblocked, so he does a good job of filling right here on the flat, making sure that he gets a hat on a hat right there. Same thing that I don't like about him a lot of times, he does not wrap up when he tackles. As you can see right there, he did not wrap up when he tackled. And, Kenneth Walker almost broke that bad boy, but great leverage by him to force him out of bounds, and then Sidney Brown comes to collect there. All right, good play right here. You can see him off into the boundary, obviously in zone coverage. You get your man DK Metcalf right here. In motion, short motion, coming from the tight slide here. He's going to run an out route. So Kelee Ringo in good position already to defend vertically here. He does a good job of driving on this. There's no doubt about it. He can't say anything bad about that particular portion of it. However, if you're playing devil's advocate here, this was a poor throw by Drew Lock down and away to somebody with suspect hands. DK Metcalf wasn't going to catch that anyway, more than likely, right? Remember, I cover Seattle, and I cover everything about that. In those type of situations right there, DK Metcalf struggles, right? So look at this. If he has to go outside of his framework and just use his hand where he can't use his body, that low of a throw right there, nah, that ain't the move, Jack. But that's a good awareness by Kelee Ringo, and good for him to be there. Good plays right there. Those couple of plays are really the only plays that he made in the entire game. However, those were plays that people could see, so it feels like they magnified those particular plays there. And, of course, people want to see Kelee Ringo succeed. I want to see Kelee Ringo succeed as well because he plays for my Philadelphia Eagles there. I just so happen to understand his skill set. So I was called every name under the sun by what we call, right, me and my guys, right, my group chat people, I dubbed those guys Ringo sexuals. So Ringo sexuals would get mad and stuff, and I will point out the stuff that the stuff that he has in his arsenal that he's lacking. I will point out some of the good stuff as well, right, when he would defend the vertical routes and stuff, but a lot of the transitional routes he struggled with. And then, of course, I mean, I'm not trying to take pride in it or anything like that, but I was vindicated. Most people talking about him being a first-round pick. He went in the 4th round. So you can say what you want about me and all this and that. When the proof was in the pudding with the NFL scouts, my man went in the 4th round. He has some things to work on. But that does not mean that he can't be good in the future, and he's with the best team in the NFL to be good in the future. So I'm wishing him all the luck. Now, people get extremely sensitive when you're talking about rookies, and I absolutely hate that. I'm covering film here for my football team. If you're on the film, I have to cover what's going on because it sheds light into why my team may be struggling. If you cannot handle that hit, don't recommend this channel. I'm not hurting for anything as far as YouTube goes. I don't need you. So if you cannot handle it, please just don't be here because I'm not covering anything but football. This is not delving into anyone's personal life or anything like that, all right? So here we see Kelee Ringo, right? The 4.3 speed going vert. This is what plagued him a lot of the times at the University of Georgia. Even his biggest play in the national championship game, he was actually beaten on. He just so happened to be a benefit of an underthrow by Bryce Young here. But you see him going against Michael Gallup here, right? Beat off the line of scrimmage. If you reach, I'll teach you. Right? Poor distance management at the top of the route, or however you want to call it, at the top of the route, right? Or the beginning of the route there. And you can see that here. Actually, let's go back on this right here. Right? He takes the 50-50 approach here, but what does he do? I don't know if you guys can see that right there. A 2-hand jam. Absolutely horrific. You never shoot 2 hands, right? If you're going to actually press, you're going to shoot that left hand to that right shoulder pad to manage distance. That's all you're doing with that. You want to be able to manage distance. You're not going to impede anyone's progress. You're not 1988 throwing someone off their route or anything like that. You're just managing distance. It's a range finder. However he does that, you cannot run with your hands out like that. He's beaten and stacked over the top right there. A good throw, there's nothing he will be able to do about that, and it's exactly what it is right there over the shoulder. Jakob. Oh. You can see it from this direction right here. Dak launching that bad boy. It's pretty good separation there. He throws it to the outside shoulder, which you would expect, right, from a really good quarterback. He doesn't get the benefit of a bad pass on that one. There you go again. As you can see right there, he's not in the frame, right? He's not there to be able to locate the ball before it gets in the gallop. Gallop, toe drag, swagging that bad boy all the way through. Good play by the Cowgirls and Daffy Dak goofy ass. So remember what I said about his tackling. My man has to get his head up. Head up, break down in space, and then try to wrap up. You can't just lunge at people in the NFL. Now, I hate this goofy hurling over people's shit right there, right? It's going in real badly for somebody one day, but my man is able to clear it right here. As you can see, though, your man Kelee Ringo doing a lot of the same stuff that I pointed out when he was at the University of Georgia right there. I actually believe the guy could be extremely physical if he wanted to. However, he chooses to do this a lot of the times right there. I would think that one of these Philly veterans, though, would get to him and be like, hey, listen, man, you have a chance to be special. Let me show you the proper way. Somebody like Darius Slay. But, of course, Slay.
I think I played an amazing game this week, man.
Conversely, Eli Ricks is somebody I've been high on since he came out of high school. And he actually ends up going undrafted, right? He would have been probably a top 10 pick after his freshman season, though. So I know he has that type of skill set. But with us, man, playing him on the inside is a non-starter for me, man. This is a no-go. No bueno. He should not be some type of inside corner. He does not have it like that. But getting to see him play on the outside, he should definitely be the starter on the outside, even over James Bradberry. Now, he reminds me a lot of James Bradberry, right? They have very similar skill sets, except he can transition a lot better. Look at him on Tyler Lockett right here. Stick that foot in the ground, diagnose, and cross his face right here. You can see it a little bit better right here. Looked like Tyler Lockett was asking for a foul right here, but it is all to the good. You see the long arms of the law right there impeding Tyler Lockett's ability to get to the ball right there. I'm not sure what goes on beyond the waist there, but that is a play on the ball against Tyler Lockett right there, to where it's not necessarily you sitting in zone. That's him playing in man coverage against a very good wide receiver there and able to transition with him. So maybe his time in the slot will actually benefit him when he moves outside. Think about it that way. Guarding those really agile receivers on the inside, you're probably not going to find as many of those guys outside, but you will find guys who can run, though. So we have to see how we have to see how young James, right? No, we have to see how my man Eli Ricks really conquers that. Ricks is someone who also needs to get his tackling prowess up. A lot of that for him, though, would be him putting on more size. Pause. Your man right here with the squeeze down, you see him right there? Squeezing down, keeping contained, and shooting. Great play right there. Let's go back right here. Right, zone, right? Just like your man Ringo was in the end zone there. You got to squeeze down. You're the pseudo edge contained player right there, especially with a guy like Kenneth Walker who likes to bounce it. He stands his ground there and then strikes, gets him at or right behind the line of scrimmage. Good play by him. All right, we can see him right here as well. I like that squeeze down. Matter of fact, go back to that from that angle there. You can see how he closes the distance parallel. Look at him stand parallel to the line of scrimmage there. That's going to keep that edge contained, and also keeps you able to react in a 50-50 manner there. But he keeps containing, forces the back inside where there's more traffic, but he still ends up making a solo tackle. This right here, another Kenneth Walker tackle. This is a difficult one right here, and you can see where he probably just needs to add a little bit more size. Coming out of that pedal, right? You can see him strike down, open field. Oh, absolutely perfect right there. That's a tough guy to get down. That is, right? He's one of the top 5 backs in the league. He is the most ankle breaking his back, even more so than my man Philly Flyer DeAndre Swift. I seen this dude do some crazy shit out there. But look at that. Gets him a little bit too high, but is able to corral him. They definitely need to change that elevation there. Now get him around the midsection there and be able to get him down. Very interested to see how it plays out, especially when you put more stuff on film and teams start game planning and gunning for you as a rookie. So, man, lots of excitement to be had just for the simple fact that, hey, man, it's a youth movement. Possibly could be out with the old, in with the new, and then that could definitely help out in the future as far as not having to look elsewhere for draft picks, right, at the cornerback position, right? I still would draft a couple of them, right, inside and outside, and would go get another veteran. I would have to let go of both Bradberry and slay after this season right here. Especially, I would probably let go of those guys, just period. So you have to let me know what you would do in the future. But right now, man, let me know if you're down with this youth movement and how you think it may play out when you start seeing teams that can really target you, and that teams that have quarterbacks and have game plans, right, that will be built around exposing young guys like this. All right? It's your boy, as always, man, Jersey Murph. Big shout-outs to the entire state of Jersey, North Jersey. What up? South Jersey, of course, Central Jersey, man. Big shout-outs to everybody out in Philly, Delaware, and Elton, Maryland. All right. Salute. Make sure you tip your waiter, man, because you know I'll be serving that hibachi.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.